Good afternoon. My name is Jamal Edwards. I'm a senior here at Francis Parker Upper School. I'm sitting here with Miss Obermeier, or as the young kids say, Miss O. And so she's going to be doing this interview with us today. And so, Miss O, you've been part of the Parker community for quite some time now. Just how long have you been here at Parker?
I started in September of 1989.
Wow. And so you had a lot of experiences here and everything. And so tell us a little bit about, just being a part of the Parker community so long.
Well, it's been a major part of my life, and it's the village of Parker that helped me raise my children. I was actually looking for a school for my children. They were 3 and 4 at the time when I discovered Francis Parker, and the more I explored the 2 campuses, the more I just fell in love with the place.
Wow.
And but I realized the only way I could afford it was if I worked here. I had been editing and ghostwriting, and so that I could be home with the kids. But an opportunity opened up here to be the 12th grade English teacher, and I grabbed it.
Wow.
The rest is history.
And so have you ever taught before that experience?
Yes, I did. I taught at an all-girls school. I taught 7th and 8th grade science, believe it or not, math. But the bulk of my experience is right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then what, I guess, attracted you specifically to Parker?
A lot of schools have similar curriculums, but there was a feeling of camaraderie, an ebullience, a joie de vivre about this place. It was very loving. People were happy, and I wanted to be part of that. I wanted my kids to be part of that.
Yeah, and then I guess holistically with your experience, would you say that that's a commonality between all the years, even today?
I'm not sure I understand.
Can you still feel the love today?
Oh gosh, yes. Okay, that's a great question. I absolutely do. The buildings are fancier, yes, and sometimes I still pine for the old quad. Yeah. But and the memories are wonderful, and I fell in love with every class. It never fails to happen, and the spirit here among the faculty, the staff, the kids. I mean, we all really have our dysfunctional moments, but we love each other. Bottom line.
Right. Would you say that there's maybe the fondest memory that you can remember, or?
I have so many. The day the kids surprised me, the seniors surprised me with a ticket to go see my sister's newborn twins. I mean,
wow.
That was incredible. And the day the senior class surprised me with a computer because I didn't have one at the time. But you know what the fondest was this? It was my very first year, and it was a 4th period class. And we were discussing a book, and the book led us to discussion of the broader themes of life. And it was time for lunch, and nobody moved. And this class spilled over into lunch, took up the entire lunch period, and I had to finally say, you have to go to your 6th period class. It was mind-blowing. The devotion those kids had to each other and to the material and to the themes of life blew me away.
Well, I also think it's a big part of you as the teacher to be able to create such an engaging environment, because I personally have you as a student, and so I can definitely see that that want and desire for more. As I often too want that sometimes. So it's really cool. Just the bond that you are still able to create within a senior class and with your students and with your classroom.
Thank you very much.
That was actually really interesting to hear about. And just from having all those experiences, is there a lesson that you personally learned, as a teacher? Because I know teachers teach lessons a lot, but...
Good question. I learn every day. I thank God every day for this job. Can I say God? I love this job because I get to learn with you guys. I learn from you. Basically, we read these books and open it up, and I just soak it all in and throw in my 2 cents worth when I think it's necessary. But this has been an education.
Yeah, I can definitely resonate with that. As often at times, I'll read a text, think I totally own it, I think I know everything about it, and then I walk into class, and then the first thing that someone else says is well, it's totally the opposite of what I said, but it makes perfect sense.
Right.
And so it's really cool that you're able to foster that kind of, atmosphere.
Well, they talk about a community of learners. That's really what it is. Right. This whole place is.
And so, do you have students that come back to visit you often, alumni and everything? Or?
Well, a couple of them are waiting right now. I get together and go to yoga and go out to lunch, and In fact, an ex-student, Annie Condon from class of 2007, Annie, I think, we're talking about going to Europe this summer together. They come over to the house. It's great.
And like, why do you think they keep coming back? Or
I think they feel a really close connection to Francis Parker. A lot of times I'll hear, I didn't know what a good gig this was till I left. And they want to show it off to their boyfriends and fiancés and in-laws, and it's just, I'll encounter people here on the weekends even.
Yeah.
It's a steady stream.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I can definitely see myself coming back. And
Good.
I'll bring my fiancée by to make sure that you approve of her and everything. But I guess just to all alumni, like, why do you think it's important to come back, to stay connected to the Parker community?
Well, a major part of their lives were spent here, a really important formative time.
Yeah,
and
true.
I think it's really important to stay loyal to your friends and to the people who were rooting for you along the way and maybe made it a little bit easier for you during a tough time. College applications is not easy, and not an easy process, and we're learning about ourselves and our lives right here during this time.
Right, definitely. And I mean, I've only been here for a year, and some people have been here for 15 years, 12 years, and I can honestly say that I'll be one to come back because in my couple of months here, I've already laughed, I've cried, and I've had great memories, and so
We hope you come. We get excited when we see alums.
Yeah.
Hey, Quinn. It's really fun
Yes.
for us because we care about you. We care about how you ended up,
Absolutely.
what you're doing.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Obermeier, for having this interview with me. As you can see, the Parker community is one that's unparalleled by any other. We learn, we are engaged with teachers such as Ms. Obermeier, and it touches us for the rest of our lives. So thank you for viewing.